Hey there, it's Waste Potential 616, back again with another amazing comic book review. It's a pretty standard comic book review, really. Anyway, salut. I want to talk about Nemesis briefly, and also say a big thank you to Ghostcritic, who very kindly gave me a shout out on his channel. Which is very kind. Also, the people he shouted out, kind of more professional, well-known comic book reviewers on the YouTube community, if there is such a thing. So that was very kind, and yeah. But anyway, I might get back to that in a minute. But let's talk about Nemesis. Nemesis issue 4. Oh, can you see that? Just about. I don't know. I like Stephen McNiven's artwork. I really do. There's some really good artwork in there. He's a fucking good artist. And I've been a fan of Mark Millar for a while, for a very long time actually. And I've defended him. A lot of people have, flagged him off and stuff. But I was left really wanting with this, I'm not going to go through the whole story, but we get a conclusion to the whole Nemesis saga, and there's a big twist at the end, which just didn't feel like that much of a big twist. It just really didn't. Like, the twist felt cliche. Maybe that's me just being really cynical. I don't know, but I was just like, when I read it, I was like, oh, right, cool. Like, it's and I don't want to go into too much detail because I don't want to ruin the twist if people are watching this, and not that I have that many viewers or anything, but still, it's a courtesy. I don't want to spoil it or anything, but the art looks very good. Steve McNiven, really. I don't know, okay. Let's forget about that for a second. The way it's written is very much written like a comic book, which will read better in a trade, and also he wants to write scripts for movies. That's an assumption. That's the impression I get from this comic book, and maybe a few others. Kick-Ass wasn't a very deep book, but it wasn't deep at all, but it had more depth than this. It was kind of commenting on comic book culture. I don't know what this is commenting on, it just felt very shallow. It really did. And shallowness can be okay. If it knows that it's shallow. Am I making any sense? It felt like it should have been something more. If someone passed me the trade of this series, I was like, I'll read this, pretty cool, a bit crazy. I'd be like, yeah, that was okay. But because of Miller's reputation that he's built up for himself, and the hype around this book, and there's more borrowed hype from Kick-Ass. It wasn't that good. It wasn't that good. The twist wasn't that clever. There could almost be a really big mistake in the ending. How can I say this without spoiling it? Okay, one of the main characters receives a letter. And the letter was sent like 10 years ago. And the letter makes references to recent events, recent world events. So that either suggests that that's just a bad continuity error, or that the person writing the letter has a certain degree of control over world events. So, if it's the latter, then, okay, that's reasonably clever, but if not, then that's a big mistake. But yeah, I was just ultimately very disappointed with Nemesis. But hey, the artwork was brilliant. But Mark Millar, maybe because you as a comic book writer. I'm talking to you personally right now. No, I'm not. Some of his stuff's really good, really good. Kick-Ass, you know, I really enjoyed Kick-Ass. It wasn't the greatest thing, and a lot of people didn't like it. I liked it. It wasn't groundbreaking. It wasn't amazing. But Miller's stuff, some of his stuff is really good, and he's raised his personal bar very high. So when he does stuff like this, it's just not that good. I mean, I'm not that impressed with Supreme. No. It's not even called Supreme, is it? It's called Superior. It's so much like Supreme, that's the first thing I think of. So yeah, I don't know. I was disappointed basically. So I mean, hey, if you've read all the other issues, pick it up for the conclusion. But I don't recommend getting this Nemesis in trade or anything else. The artwork's pretty good. And that's it. I just wanted to talk about that, but I did want to say about Ghostcritic. Cheers, man, for like mentioning me in your videos. And you know, I mean, what the fuck do I know about making YouTube videos? I mean, my viewer count is hardly that high. You know, I've received some kind comments from some kind people. You know, and I'm sure there's some level of entertainment value, but I'm in nowhere in the league of, you know, people like Comic Book Club, The Stack, you know, and among others. But if I can give you any kind of recommendation, maybe cut your videos down a little bit. I'm sure that's going to seem really weird because God knows how long this video is going on for, and I never do any kind of editing or anything. It's just bleh. And also sometimes I think you explain each issue a bit too much rather than reviewing it. You do review them very well, but at the same time you go through it too much. And I think if you cut back on that and just give more of your personal opinions rather than what's going on in the comic book itself, then, you know, I personally think that would improve videos slightly. But you've got wicked videos, and doing these videos on YouTube, you know what I mean? I mean, they're personal things, really. I mean, who gives a shit how many? Should I just get a message or something? Whatever. You know, who cares how many viewers you get, or you know, I mean, it's something for yourself. And if you get a little bit of a fan base or whatever, not even a fan base, if you end up having chats with people about comic books, I mean, that's what it's about, really, isn't it? You know. So, I mean, there's some recommendations, you know, but fucking they're your videos, do what you fucking want, you know what I mean, as long as you're happy with them. So there you go. Anyway, cheers for the shout out, man. This is really cool, right? But there we go, I'll leave it at that. Oh yeah, I did get I might do another video in a minute. I got this really big trade. It's a classic Marvel story, but I'll talk about that in the next video. I think I might do that. Anyway, ta-ra, bye.